Hey everybody, Amy Lay here, the Invincibility Coach. My mission is to get the planet in a better mood, and this week I plan on doing that by talking about gaming. Yes, gaming. The Invincibility Coach is coming out in support of gaming. Now, that's not to say that I think that every aspect of gaming is positive and productive, because we all know that's not entirely true. But I do really believe that we can learn a lot from gaming. And the way that my brain works is that when I learn about a new game, and I'm working with a gaming consultant right now, you might say, so that I can actually learn about the world of gaming. Like I got my keyboard and my headset and the correct mouse, and yeah, I'm serious, you guys. I'm diving into this world, and I can see the attraction. I got to tell you. So how does that fit in with what I do as the invincibility coach? I'm going to tell you. And that is this. And here's going to be the first lesson with visualizing a video game and how we can draw a correlation between that and something that we're experiencing. So today's subject is heartbreak. Heartbreak. And I mean, it could be the loss of a loved one through a breakup or a divorce or through death. It could be, we're talking like classic heartbreak. The feeling of your heart it's not cool. It's not a good feeling, right? Pain. And I would be willing to bet that 99% of the people watching this video right now have experienced heartbreak, on some level or another, multiple times even maybe. So that's the subject of today. But wait a minute, what about video games? Like what does that have to do with heartbreak? Well, I'm going to use an old game called DigDug. I used to play this back in the day. Maybe you did too. If you didn't, pause, get on your favorite search engine, and search DigDug, DigDug. Okay? Now, the basic premise of DigDug is that there are, here's ground level, and you've got tunneling going on, right? Think about mining, think about drilling, think about earthworms, okay? There's underground tunnels going on, okay? And I think that if you imagine your heart as a place that drilling can happen, right? All manner of different roots that are under there. And I mean, for some people, their heart has been drilled. There's so much, gardening term here, aeration going on inside that heart, that it's a pretty airy place, right? Ooh, though, I don't think that's such a bad thing, right? In terms of life and living and experiencing the things that this planet has to offer us in terms of experience, I say let the drilling happen with your heart, okay? If you are currently in a position where you are trying to avoid feeling pain, whether it's through loss or some mistake you made or however you're characterizing the position that you are in right now based on some heart hurt, I just want you to picture DigDug. Look it up. And there's it's drilling, right? It's like making new paths in your heart. And either you can let it happen with the understanding that it's like drilling. It's drilling. So let it happen. Okay? Because then later you are going to be able to, through new experiences, there's going to be a part of your brain, which is connected to your heart, by the way, that's going to say, whoa, hold on. I've been there. I've been there before. I completely drilled that root all the way to the end, and I know what's I know the monsters that are there, right? Because the monsters that DigDug, that you encounter in DigDug, you either have to, I think, puff them up with air, blow them up to the point where they explode, or you drop rocks on their head. There's ways that you have to get rid of them. Well, it's no different with life. There's monsters. Okay? And unless you are willing, okay, you have to be willing to enter into these experiences in life, whether it's falling in love, falling out of love, breaking someone else's heart, that counts, right? So let yourself experiencing the feeling of drilling, because the more you allow yourself to feel it, the more you aren't afraid of it anymore, and the more you become more willing to then have these wonderful experiences, because that is the other side of the pendulum after all, is that, yeah, there's the heartbreak, but it's like, what about the elation, right? Okay, now we also know people, you might be one of these people, who put up the walls, right? In terms of DigDug, that would be like, I think, you saying, stop the drilling. Stop. Just stop. I'm not willing to drill anymore. Stop. Okay? So then you have a heart that doesn't have very many tunnels in it. Not much exploration has taken place in your heart. Whereas the person who has allowed vast amounts of exploration to take place in their heart, you may know people like this. They're very comfortable with themselves. They don't have knee-jerk responses to things. They just kind of float through life and take on the next experience and the next experience, right? There's extremes to all these examples. If you're a literal person, maybe you're having a little trouble with some of this explaining that I'm doing right now. I like to talk in metaphors. I like to talk about in analogies and illustrations and visuals, because I think that it's something that people can really relate to. Okay? So, quick wrap. Are you the person who allows the drilling to take place, understands that the pain that you are feeling is because of the tunneling that's going on? There's new ground being broken. It can hurt. But it also means that you have various pathways to draw on, and the experience that you got through going through those pathways and feeling the drilling hurt, right? So that later you can look a mile down the road and be like, oh no, I've been there. Not happening. It's not happening, right? And you take another turn, because you have multitudes of options in terms of other ways that you can turn, because you've been there. You did the drilling. Or are you the person that said, stop the drilling? It hurts too bad. Don't do it. And then those walls go up. The drilling machines rust. They don't even know they can't drill anymore. I mean, whether they knew how or not, like the machinery just hasn't been used. Okay? Which heart are you a part of? Okay? Which one resides inside of you? Because I think that if the planet, this cute little planet that we live on in the vast universe, or universes, if we are going to get in a better mood, for the most part, not everybody's on board with getting a better mood, right? But for those who are, I believe we got to play a little more DigDug. Play a little DigDug. It's fun, okay? You will get something out of it. You will be a happier person in the end. And you won't be afraid of what it feels like when you are drilling and when you're being the subject of the drill. Peace out.